In this video, we're going to do a full uncut walkthrough of the ultimate route through the Shrouded City. Perfect for getting high tier gear, lots of XP for hitting max level, and getting the shifting earth buff all before the final zone closes in. This is a follow-up to my previous guide where I broke down each section of the Shrouded City and showed a streamlined version of the route. But if you're new to the area or just want to follow along more easily, that cut version might have been hard to track. So in this video, I show the full route from start to finish, no cuts, while I show the map on key locations so you can follow along. I also show the final screen's map overview when you have completed a run, so you can follow it like that as well. And I show an alternate path you can take throughout the city, so let's get right into it. We are here now in the game, and this is after the day 1 boss. What I like to do is just now go straight to the city. I don't even wait until the zone is like fully gone yet, because you can get a little bit faster. Don't forget to heal. If you can, you do want to use the eagles to get there faster. So day 2 starts. You can also see the bosses now around the map. Down below is the Carrion Knight. She is easily to take down in a group, but hard solo, so consider skipping her when solo, because she is more single target focused. So we are right in front of the Shrouded City now. So I open up the map right here. We're gonna go right here. So follow up the stairs here to the right. You can go here to the middle and kill the scarab and take the chances of getting a good talisman, but I usually skip it, but that's gonna bite me in the ass later. I'm gonna go to this merchant. He is also on the right, and buy 4 fire pots. And that's basically for killing the void bug on the bridge if you don't have your ult or just no range weapon at all. I'm gonna kill these ads and also get that negation reduced buff right there. It helps a little bit on the start, especially because if you are rushing towards the city, the knight is gonna be right here patrolling, so you can take him down without like no ads in the way, so you don't get grouped up. So that's him down. He will drop a weapon or a good buff. Usually the buff is just good. So he can patrol here to the right, but there are way more ads here. If he is here, you can kill him, but if he's not in front or even there, you should consider skipping him. So if you go left here, you can jump up these buildings, and you can see that the void bug is shooting at us. We are here right now at the map. If you want to follow the map, you can just pause, because I do have to be fast in this game, so I can just not stand around and hold the map open. So yeah, now you go up this bridge right here, and we are behind the void bug. So you can throw the fire, and be sure not to miss. You can aim for the wings if that is easier. And these corpses always drop a magic pot, 4 of them. And you can also use them to throw at the void bug. But usually you need like 6 pots to kill it. So he is dead. Looking at the map, we're right there at that bridge. So you can jump on here, and then we can go to the Grace right there. The Grace is not really on point here, but it's whatever. So we are on the top right now. If you follow this path to the left, you can directly go towards the final boss of this shifting earth, like the Great Church. It's also there is the Grace on the left right before the Great Church, but you don't want to do that yet. That's the entrance there. You want to go to the right here and get the jumping pad right there on the end. I do want to check the corpses. Might be something good, but you really want to have high discovery if you get something. So using the jump pad, you want to jump up this building right here and go down these stairs right here, because there is the chest that can give you like a free legendary or an epic weapon, which just for free, which is really great. Alright, that's the knight down, so we're gonna open up the chest. So Sword of Milos is good with Wilder because it's like a great sword. So I'm gonna use that. And it has Bleed, but Bleed doesn't work against these shades. I don't think any like status effect works on these shades. So if you go down here to the next building and jump down, be sure to kill the ads to not make you fall down. Checking the corpses, and then there is another knight with a flaming spear. If you can make him drop off the edge, but do note that the buff will drop on the top of the building then, so be sure to not follow him down below if he hasn't dropped the buff yet. And these guys do Death Blight with the flaming sword, but it is manageable. So you can drop down here. You can just either drop down to the Black Knife Assassin, or you can drop down a little bit to that higher platform if you're just gonna go straight for the boss or for the Royal Revenant. So this is the Black Knife Assassin. He isn't a hard boss, but he is more annoying because he jumps around a lot, and it's hard to stun lock him if you're alone. And if you are grouped, you can just like gank him and he won't be able to move at all. Be sure not to fall off this edge. So yeah, there he just jumps away, which may want to skip it because he wastes time, but yeah, it can give you a good buff. He is just a small boss, or like a lesser boss, so him dropping legendaries is very low. He can drop epics, but that's also somewhat on the low side. You just kill him for the buff. Now we are below the legendary chest, I like to call it. There is a Royal Revenant spawning here with 4 Basilisk. You want to save your ult for this because it's pretty annoying and hard, especially if you are alone with 4 Basilisk around. So you do want to like one-shot the Royal Revenant or make him at least very low so you can just kill him normally then. The Basilisk may be annoying as well to death blight you and stuff, so be careful. So I didn't really get a great buff out of that, but the XP is nice as well. We are level 12 now, which is pretty good. You want to be level 12 or 11 before you fight the final boss, just to get that enough like strength and power to beat him. So now we are moving towards the Grace before the final boss. So on the big staircase, the knights will be patrolling. The one with the flaming sword will be patrolling to the right, so he might also just be a little bit closer to the Grace where we just came from. You don't want to kill the guy with the spear because he does drop a buff. You can't just skip the other one. And now we are at the final boss of the Shrouded City, the Natural Born of the Void. So he is resistant to like all magical affinities. Using a flat damage weapon is probably best, especially if you're melee, but if you are like range and use magic, he's easier because this guy is annoying to fight in melee range. But it is manageable, I would say. If you do stagger him like that, you want to move a little bit to the right and charge a heavy, and then do the visceral to do some extra damage. With Wilder, he is pretty easy because you can do like your ult to get a guaranteed stagger, which does help a lot. Also, for status, you want to use Bleed, Rot, or Poison. The other ones are useless. He's immune to them. He will give you a high tier gear drop, so getting a legendary is very likely with him. So go to the Grace and level up. He gives a ton of runes, so hitting level 14 now should be manageable. So if you still have time and the final zone is not closing in, you can go to the left side, the upper section, because it does have like an altar that you can duplicate your weapons. And if you go from here to the top, it's really easy to get to because you don't have to fight any enemies. And it basically just skips everything. There is a scarab here. He did give me a ranged weapon attack, which is not great for Wilder, so it's whatever. It did drop a epic sword, but I'm not a spellcaster, so it's kind of useless. So if you drop down here, you are at the altar where you can duplicate the weapons. You don't actually have to kill knights to duplicate the altar, but you still have to, like, not get hit while you do that. So you might just want to kill the knights, but if you are really fast enough, you can just click the weapon and then place a weapon to replace your duplicate, and then you can just run away. Like this, like you have to click the weapon and then you have to click your other weapons. And then it drops the other one. So now I have 2 legendaries, which is quite good with this weapon, to be honest. So after this, you want to go and kill the knight or the knife assassin. I prefer killing... Or the knight, I mean the troll. I prefer killing the troll because he is just not so mobile. And he's a little bit more to the Dragonkin soldier, which you just want to go to when the final zone is closing in. You might want to kill the guy with the crossbow if he is annoying. So the troll does give you a potential good buff if you want. So after this, you want to go to the Dragonkin soldier, really, because this final zone is about to end. And if it is, you do want to go to the Dragonkin soldier for your last chance of getting some good loot drops and some runes. So by now he should be not a problem, especially if you're like max level already and have some 2 legendaries. And you can of course use your ult to do it much faster. Okay, so the zone is closing in, so we have plenty of time to kill him. So now we are here. So the final zone always ends there. And we did get a legendary, but it's like Lion Great Bow, which I don't really need. You can also up your negation for this fight on the ground there. I didn't pick it up, but I actually didn't need to. And I think I already did when I was at the troll, so I still had it. So if you go here to the right, there is a corpse you might want to loot. And from here, you can jump to the right. If you still need some runes, you can kill this beheaded pumpkin. He should be just an easy kill now. But he can also do a spin to win attack, and that makes him harder to kill. You can check the corpses here if you want. But at this point, you probably already have a lot of like high tier gear. So maybe if you even get a legendary out of it, you wouldn't really need it. Maybe there's some consumables you could use. Otherwise, you can also kill the little shade guys here for some extra runes if you need to. But I'm already max level, but I'm just showing you. You can. If you didn't pick up the scarab at the beginning, you can take it down here, but it's gonna be biting me in the ass because it did have like increased rune. So it is still worth it if you're lucky, of course, to get him first. So. Alright, so the zone is closing in. What you can do is go to the merchant and buy stuff from him. Which you want to do, of course. Especially if you're solo, because you can just then buy the self-revive. Maybe some starlight. If you're using like a heavy FP weapon, or just use incantations or sorcery in general. And yeah, that's the ultimate route. This is the final map after beating the boss. So you can see with the lines where we did go to make it a little bit more visual understanding on the map. I do want to show you some extra bits on the bosses outside, the fixed ones, and also show a alternative path what you could take if you don't go this route. The flying dragon of the hills spawns right over here. I do recommend you skip him, because if he does the flying attacks, he might just jump on the ledge. And then you have to chase him, wasting a lot of time, and he can't even reset, which wastes more time. If you move towards the gap right there where the castle used to be, there is a fixed hippo spawn. The hippo always spawns here, even if it is spawned somewhere else. There's also a hippo here. He's easily to take down, so you can get some nice loot from him on day 1. Also on the side there is a merchant. He will always spawn there, and you can see the icon. Moving on to the Carrion Knight, which spawns right there close to the entrance. I don't recommend fighting this boss most of the time, especially solo, because she is really like single target focused with her magic and stuff. If you are grouped, you can take her down, but then I do suggest you take the next path, I will tell you. So if you do decide to kill the powerful bosses around the map on day 2 and get some good gear, like fighting the Carrion Knight and get a epic loot drop, you want to go left really, because left you can get some good buffs and still go a little bit faster. But if you want to do the ultimate route, you need a little bit more time, so it's better to do that route when you just go straight to the city. If this is the case, like the first zone is now closing in, you want to follow this left path. So stick here to the left and just show you the map a little bit. Pick up the boost negation because it helps a little bit. You just want to go around the void bug and not really like on the ground, because there is a knight with a flaming sword here, which can be easily taken down. If you are a little bit more to the back of the void bug, he will stop shooting, so it's an easier time to kill the knight and get the buff. I do try to kill him here with range, but it's just a lot harder because he is further away, and it's also a lot more open, and he does actually aggro on you if you try to hit it with damage, so you kind of want to avoid that, but just here to show you guys. So if you are actually close, he does get aggroed. But yeah, I'm not doing a lot of damage. I think this should be possible if you just use an Iron Eye ult. But like this, it's not really doable, so you might as well just skip him if you go left. After the knight, you can just jump up here. Be sure not to shoot him, because he will get aggroed. So now we are here at the Grace. And we will come out here where the troll was. And you want to kill the troll, because he is very unmobile and an easy kill. So it is a good way to get a good buff and some extra XP. But I'm going to skip ahead for this one. So we took him down here, and he drops 2 weapons and a buff. Usually you just want to get the buff. And if you are lucky and get an epic or even legendary, just pick that one, I guess, if it is usable for your character, of course. Then you want to go left here and do kill this crossbow, because he might be really annoying to fight with the Black Knife Assassin. So this fight is quite the same as at the right side, so just take him down. So after he is dead, you can grab a buff or a weapon. And I do want to kill these ants, so I can use the Grace. And then we can go here in the corner and get to the altar for duplicating the weapon. So like I said before, you don't have to actually kill the knights to duplicate your weapon, so you can just skip them. What you want to do now is head straight for the Shifting Earth boss and get the buff. And then the zone will be closing in. And then you can still beat the Dragonkin soldier, and that's pretty much the alternative route you can take. You can also try killing the knight here too. So this is the map afterwards. I did kill the end boss there and got a legendary. And afterwards, I did have time to kill the Dragonkin soldier and then just head straight to the final zone. And that's the full uncut route throughout the Shrouded City. If you follow along, you should now have a solid haul of high tier gear, max level and the shifting earth buff, all before the final zone collapse. Hopefully, seeing the full run made it easier to navigate and give you a better feel for the layout. If this helped, consider dropping a like to support the video, and if you haven't already, check out the main Shrouded City guide where I break everything down in more detail. Thanks for watching, and I catch you in the next one.